Hey everybody, Graham here from therecordingrevolution.com, and today I've got another mixing video for you. I want to look at dropping out the bottom. In particular, I want to show you how a lot of times if you take away the bass, if you take away the low end in some of your other tracks for just a little bit, and then bring them back in, it really makes a mix interesting. It really makes the listener appreciate, oh my gosh, the bass was doing so much, or it fills things out in a way that maybe they weren't paying attention to. So here's an example recently where I did a couple of tweaks in the verse, I think verse 2, to make it more interesting. So listen to the way this chorus finishes up and goes into verse 2 as it is.
Jot it on paper, we could sing it in a song. This could pass us by, or we could find a place to hide either way. Hope is never hard to find.
All right, and now we're back into a chorus. So it sounds fine, but again, if you've been mixing this or if you've been hearing this, you would know this is kind of repetitive. So here's a couple of things I'm going to do. Watch what I do, I'll explain what I'm doing, and then we'll listen back to all those little tweaks together, and you'll kind of feel and see the impact that this has, and maybe this will give you some ideas of what you can do with your mix. The first thing and the big thing is I'm actually going to get rid of the bass guitar for half of the verse. Let's see where the verse actually comes in. It's like a little interlude here. Right here. So that downbeat, I'm going to tab over and I'm going to break the bass there, and then halfway through the verse,
We could sing it in a song.
he has a cool little bass riff here. Kind of walks back in.
We could sing it in a song.
Tab over.
Sing it in a song.
So really, I'm just going to mute. That in Pro Tools, that's Command M or Control M. I'm going to mute that first half of the verse, because really all of this is the verse. So I'm muting the first half, and just to smooth this out a bit, I'm just draw a little bit of a fade. So I got rid of the bass there. I'm going to get rid of, there's two acoustic guitar tracks. It's really two different mics on the same guitar. I've got them panned out. That's constant through the whole song. So let's change that up and thin that out. Let's thin it out by getting rid of one of them entirely. So let me do a similar thing here.
We could sing it in a song.
I'll just tab over, and on this acoustic on the left, I'm going to mute it. And for this acoustic track, I'm going to go ahead and break this up, but I'm going to keep one guitar because this is part of the chord and the tone. I'm just going to thin it out with a little EQ. Again, I'm going to drop the bottom in this guitar. Here it is by itself. Let's go ahead and do like, I'm just going to use a preset here, like telephone effect. Let's see. Too thin. Let's try. Right, that's the guitar. So that just makes it real thin. Let's go ahead and render that. And since I got rid of one guitar and this is panned hard right, let's go ahead and just pan this guitar up the middle, so we won't have it way off on the side. It'll just be right up the middle. And I'm probably going to make this guitar a little bit louder. Just since it got quieter when I thinned out the volume. Let's listen to it in solo. Let's see here. Yeah, a little rough, but that's the idea. Okay, so I thinned out the guitars, I've gotten rid of the bass, and the other thing here is there's like a loop here. They played that through the whole song. So let's delete that for the same part where the bass is out. Let's go right here, the downbeat. Let's do a break. Let's see. And we'll kind of break it up to here. Mute that so the conga is out. Let's actually bring this guitar down a little bit. All right, so far we've pulled out the bass, one guitar, thinned out a guitar, and pulled out the conga for half the verse. Let's take a listen to what we've done.
So I've been thinking whether it's right or wrong. I could jot it on paper, we could sing it in a song. This could pass us by, or we could find.
Very nice, right? You get some impact. You get something very, very musical. Thins out, you pay attention for a second, and then the bass brings it right back in.
Sing it in a song. This could pass.
Really, really nice. The only other thing I'm going to do here, I think, is right before the chorus kicks back in.
Hope is never hard to find.
I really want to do a small version of this by just pulling out everything for one beat right before the downbeat. So she goes.
Hope is never hard to find.
Let's go ahead and pull out the bass here right before the downbeat. Just delete that.
Hope is never hard to find.
Do the same thing on the guitars. Delete that. See, delete that on the guitars. Let's do the same thing on the conga loop. Let's see.
Hope is never hard to find.
There you go, a little bit of impact. So we're going to basically keep things interesting by not just taking things away, but taking out the bottom in particular. So that when the bottom comes back in, it's fat, it's warm, it's big. One more pass through and get a feel for the whole impact.
So I've been thinking whether it's right or wrong. I could jot it on paper, we could sing it in a song. This could pass us by, or we could find a place to hide. Either way, hope is never hard to find.
So there you have it. Drop the bottom, drop the bass, whatever you want to call it. Try it in a mix next time. See if it helps. Again, guys, thanks for watching. This is Graham from therecordingrevolution.com. Please jump over to the blog if you're watching this on YouTube and sign up to get the free ebook, The #1 Rule of Home Recording. It's packed with awesome information. It's absolutely free. Just head over to the website, type in your email address, and I'll shoot you a download right away. Hopefully that'll help you too. Talk to you guys on another video.